Welcome to Horror News Radio for August 22nd, 2022. Join us for casting news for the MONSTERVERSE TV series heading to Apple, along with trailer news for Tim Burton's Wednesday series on Netflix. All this and more coming up next. I am your host, Doc Rodden, and this is H&R, the official gruesome magazine. You know, I did that last week as well. Magazine
Every time.
Podcast.
We're magnesium.
Yep. Tommy tongue-tied. That's me. All right. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-host on the net. Starting off with Dave Dreher. He's the lead news writer at Gruesome Magazine. How you doing, Dave?
Hey. Hi, guys. How you doing? We ready for some news? Vanessa looks ready for news. Look at her. Look at her. She's dying for the news. She can't wait.
Dying for the news. Also joining us is Vanessa, podcasting rockstar and international cosplay queen. Is it true? Are you dying for the news?
I'm always dying for the news. The horror news.
The horror news. At that. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We hope you enjoy what we have in store for you. And if you do, please hit the like, subscribe, share with a friend buttons. It's easy and free to do and will help us out. We are trying to reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers. So every little bit helps. And of course, leave us some comments, and we do have some feedback at the end of the show. But let's start off with some upcoming theatrical news. This is kind of a surprise. It features a well, let me just throw this to Dave. Dave, why don't you tell me what is coming out in theaters this Halloween and in 3D, sir?
Well, we've got this little unknown film that they found in a vault somewhere. No, they're bringing us the Romero classic, Dawn of the Dead, but they're not just bringing it back to theaters for a little revival thing. Oh no, it's coming in 3D, Doc. 3D entrails. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we can handle that. It'll be like you'll see Tom literally leaping off the screen into your lap.
That'll be awesome.
There are worse things that could happen.
And we were talking on the pre-show, and I think it'll be interesting to share here, is that we were trying to figure out, is this the first Tom Savini film to come to the theaters in 3D? And I think it is.
I think it might be. I can't come up with any that I can think of that have. He certainly didn't have any released in 3D, and I don't think there's many others that have gotten the 3D treatment. So this will be a first for all of us Savini hounds. So I was telling Doc in the pre-show, 3D doesn't work well for me because I'm kind of partially blind in one eye, so it doesn't. I don't get the full 3D effect. But I'm just trying to think, because I've seen, how many times have we seen the movie? Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Dozens and dozens of times. I don't know how often it lends itself to a 3D effect. I mean, I'm sure there's some, but there's a
lot of hands coming at you, right?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously it wasn't filmed for 3D. So the official statement read that producer Richard P. Rubenstein had gone over it frame by frame to make sure that we get the maximum effect. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun for a lot of people just for a chance to see it on the big screen, because Vanessa, your generation, I don't know that that's ever even been a possibility, except for maybe a festival showing here or there.
Exactly, a festival or maybe a drive-in special and somewhere I'd never be able to make it to. So I'm pretty excited to see it.
I remember going to see it in the theater when it first came out. And I got there a little bit late, and we walked in right as the helicopter zombie got his head chopped off, and I got up and I'm like, nope, can't do this.
That was really late too.
But I was like 12 years old or something, 13 years old. So, obviously.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. Yeah, exactly. But it was quite the thing when it first came out in the 70s. I mean, it was the notorious film.
It was a big deal. It was released without a rating, and so it could only show in certain theaters. And of course, many people, fans like us, like growing up, like you and I both were too young in most cases. I don't know how you got in. I guess you snuck in.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I remember going though, and I remember it came on the heels of. I'm trying to remember. You know, I'm getting old now. The memory's not what it used to be. But I remember it was right around the same time, or right before, or right after Jaws. Remember, and we got the whole thing with Quint getting bitten, and he spits up all that blood, and everyone was like, "No, oh, it's disgusting. Oh, it's horrible." And this was on the heels of right before that. It was kind of in the same time frame kind of thing, but the blood was just beginning to flow freely on the screen.
It was, yeah, and it flowed pretty quickly and fast after a bit. And it wasn't long after 1978 that it would.
But I think this will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's only playing at one theater near me. It's about 45 minutes away, but you got to make the trip, right? I mean, how can you have to do it?
Yeah, so, it's exclusively at Regal Theaters. I guess it's Halloween weekend, the 28th through the 31st. So going to have to figure out a way to get to the theater. I haven't found that it's screening in Raleigh just yet, but it is in Greensboro. So I imagine they just haven't announced it yet. But
they said 250 theaters nationwide. I cannot imagine that Raleigh would not be. If it's playing in Medina, Ohio, it has to be playing in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the films that are coming out this weekend around August 26, 2022. The first film is a theatrical film from Screen Gems called The Invitation. A young woman is courted and swept off her feet only to realize gothic conspiracy is afoot. Might have fangs. There might be vampires. It's directed by Jessica Thompson, and the cast includes Natalie Emmanuel and Thomas Doherty and Sean Pertwee. Of course, Natalie Emmanuel, most people probably know from Game of Thrones. I can't remember the name of her character, but she was very much up until the final season where she met a dastardly end at the top of the like most everybody else did. The second film coming out is Maneater. This is coming from Saban Films. We've just released our review of it today as we're recording. The cast includes Nikki Whalen, Trace Atkins, and Shane West. It's directed by Justin Lee. It's after an accident during their vacations on a paradisiac island. Why isn't it just Paradise Island?
Yeah, paradisiac.
Yeah, I know. A group of friends is stalked by a large shark. Yeah, it's that simple.
The burning question is: does Trace Atkins wear his cowboy hat the entire time?
The entire time. Even the shark wears it. No, that's not.
I'm pretty sure that is actually somehow affixed to his head.
Yes.
I mean, it can not come off
forever.
Stapled. Yes. Excuse me. Wellgo USA is bringing Alienoid overseas for us. This is the door of time opens between the swordsman who wants to seize the legendary divine sword at the end of the Goryeo dynasty and those who chase after an alien prisoner imprisoned in a human body in 2022. That sounds like some good Asian nonsense, doesn't it?
It does. There was guns, fans, robots. That look good.
Yes, it's going to be a blast.
Watch that.
I would too. I'm a sucker. All right. On Shudder this weekend is Watcher. This is going to be a good one. Micah Monroe, Carl Glusman, and Bern Gorman star a young American woman at that moves with her husband to Bucharest and begins to suspect that the stranger who watches her from an apartment building across the street may be the local serial killer decapitating women. That sounds very Hitchcockian, doesn't it?
It does. But who hasn't sat at home and looked across the street and thought the person there was the local serial killer decapitating women? I mean,
that old chestnut, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like. but I like how do you say her name? Micah Monroe. Micah Monroe. I do like her. She hasn't been in anything in a while, so
maybe not.
At least nothing that I've seen. But
let's move on, shall we, to casting news. This is fun. We don't have a whole lot of casting news, but the casting news we have, I think, is a blast. Maybe not so much for this one person, but I'm excited about anybody being cast in this one. But I want to talk about the entire cast. And of course, I want to talk about the show itself. Mari Yamakoto.
Yay!
Excuse me.
I'm waiting for that. Woohoo! Yeah.
Yes, joins the cast of Legendary's Apple live-action MonsterVerse (air quotes) series. It's listed officially as the untitled Apple Godzilla and the Titans project.
Yes, they're just really walking around that.
Yes, yes.
Boy.
So but it's going to be. I mean, basically, we're talking about a Godzilla TV show coming to Apple. That's awesome.
Yeah, do it.
And so check out the rest of this cast. Excuse me, I'm getting all chucked up about Anna Sawi, Ren Watabe, Kersey Clemens, Joe Tippett, Eliza Lazowski. Now, these last two names, listen closely. Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell. Now, that thrills me to no end because I want to see them in a film together, and I'll take a TV show together.
A Godzilla one at that.
And a Godzilla one at that.
I don't have Apple TV, but it may encourage me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get it for sure.
Yeah, you gotta wait till it airs and then get it and watch it and then one month Apple. We know how that works.
You think Kurt Russell will shave off his Western beard that he's had for?
I hope not.
For the last 15 years.
I hope not.
Not if he's going to be Santa again. He can't.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that. Is there another Christmas Chronicles coming out?
I hope so.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They better come out every year as long as they can make it. I love those
They're
shows.
cute.
But what do we think? What do we think? Vanessa, are you ready for a Godzilla and the Monsters TV show?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, since I don't have Apple TV, I haven't really seen any of the shows, but I've heard that they are amazing. That Apple puts out some really great shows. So I don't fear at all them taking on this Godzilla property. And I was making a joke earlier because we've been rewatching The Newsroom. Do y'all anybody remember
love
that
The Newsroom.
one?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, love The Newsroom.
Amazing show, right? And I'm like, oh, what if it's like Aaron Sorkin's Godzilla? Because Apple takes it a little bit more seriously. But
lots of talking. Godzilla movie with a lot of talking. Yeah.
Handing papers to each other.
Yeah, walking talks.
And then some Godzilla.
And then a Bigfoot stomps him down, right?
Yeah, exactly. I am so excited, Doc. Like... I love Godzilla and all kaiju related Godzilla stuff. So I can't wait. It's gonna be great. We need a title so we don't have to trip over what they're gonna try to call it.
Maybe it'll be like super successful and we'll get like all these kaiju TV shows.
Hey, they've been building up to it, with all the movies.
They've certainly built a universe for it. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move to our trailer content. And Vanessa, I want to start with you because Wednesday Addams. All right. Now, this is a show coming to Netflix. We got the trailer for you coming up soon. But Wednesday, starring Jenna Ortega as the title character is coming to Netflix. Are you a fan of, I'm a fan of the TV show, but I imagine you're a fan of the 90s movies with Christina Ricci, right?
Christina Ricci, yeah. Well, I too, because I grew up with old people. No, I'm kidding. But I did. I watched the original one growing up, which I loved. It's iconic, and I loved the ones from the 90s. They're their own iconic version of that story. I'm super glad this is not a Rob Zombie version. If I can just drop that
please,
in there.
why did you have to say that name? That's it. I gotta leave.
Don't leave. Every time I watch this trailer, I just like it more and more. I'm just get more and more excited for it, and it just little things pop out and little things I see in her portrayal of Wednesday that are just going to be so fun. And oh my gosh, as we get into it,
I was going to say let's go ahead.
Scene.
Let's go ahead and play the trailer.
Sure. I think that looks great. I really do. I think that looks really, really good.
Yeah. So it's coming this fall, and we're definitely forward to it. And of course, we'll probably get at the same time or very close to it. We're going to get the monsters from the Rob Zombie. It's crazy that
why do you have to keep bringing that up?
Both these properties are coming back, and they're
if we don't talk about it, maybe it won't come out.
Oh,
let me palate cleanse it for you real quick. Because
did you guys see that? This is not news, but did you guys see that "I Got You, Babe" video?
No, they took it down before I could watch it.
They did take it down.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Yeah, you should.
But no, I'm so excited to get Wednesday, and we're going to be getting Cabinet of Curiosities, those two spooky things.
Is that one a Netflix one too? The Cabinet of Curiosities, yeah.
That's not
Netflix bringing out the big guns.
Yeah.
They are. They really are.
Of course, there's this, all the rumor mills about who's going to play Uncle Festus because they haven't mentioned it and they're holding it close to the vest.
Fester,
So,
Yeah.
Fester.
Who will be?
Not Festus, it's like Gunsmoke. Fester. I'm going to throw my tennis ball off of my walker from you.
Is there,
Yeah, it's
are
going to
there
be a crossover.
any rumors at all who it might be? Is there,
Not going to share here. Not going to
okay,
share
well,
here. I don't really want to know. I don't want to make it concrete until
it's you, isn't it? It's you. Your Uncle Festus.
It's not me. But that's basically our news for tonight. But we do have some feedback I want to share.
Can I add one more thing before we go to feedback?
Absolutely.
Did you guys see the news about Terrifier 2?
There is tomorrow after we record Terrifier 2 trailer. So we'll be talking about that next week for certain.
Art the Clown returns.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to see
too.
that. All right. So Donjo, great name, says Doc is going beast mode with the beard. No,
Yeah.
You hairy bastard.
No, it's really awful. But he goes, I do enjoy the new news segment and wish I discovered you guys sooner. Saw 10. Bring it on, he says. I love the series so much. I love a reboot not happening, I know, to bring John Kramer back. I'm down with any King adaptation, no matter how good or bad it turns out. We've gotten a lot of both. They're always interesting. All of those new streaming films look good, but since I've never seen Orphan and the ending got spoiled for me, I'm looking forward to watching them both now. Lisa Frankenstein loved the many takes on this story and how it has become its own subgenre in horror. That's true. And then Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. He did it all in.
Oh, look at that! I wondered. I was like, what is he
did it all
trying
in?
to say?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I got to remember this. Looks amazing. Looks so good and makes me extra excited for my fave time of the year.
Yeah.
Of course, Vanessa, that's what we were talking about earlier. So thank you, Don. Appreciate
it. Don Joe, thank you so much. Wrap it up. He just consolidated our whole podcast down to like
he did.
50 words.
We spent 20 minutes doing it. Yes, if you would like to leave your comments down below on this one, we would greatly appreciate. What do you think of these? What do you think of a Godzilla? That's the one I'm stuck on, the Godzilla TV show.
It should be good.
So happy. Of course, we thank you for hanging out with us, the GRUE Crew, and be sure to hit the like, subscribe buttons and share with a friend. Check out the Patreon links below. And of course, check out all the podcasts we have coming out this week. We have Gruesome Magazine, Decades of Horror, and Heroes and Droids. We're going to start talking She-Hulk this week. That's going to be fun, right, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Turn it
green. Turn green.
We need to make we need a way to make you turn green on command.
Yeah.
That
make me angry. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Dave, Vanessa, thank you for joining me. This, of course, is a lot of fun.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah.
And with that, let's say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.